Good morning, dear children. Hope you all are fine. Welcome you all to our today's mathematics class. Hope you all are ready. Dear children, today let us continue with same chapter 1, knowing our numbers. Dear children, today let us study using brackets. Why we should use brackets and how to use the brackets in solving a problem. Look at the following example. Someone bought 6 notebooks from the market and the cost of 6 notebooks was rupees 10 per notebook. Her sister Sama also bought 7 notebooks of the same type. We have to find the total money they paid. Now two students, Seema and Meera, they calculated the same sum in different ways. Let us see how they have calculated. Seema calculated as first she have calculated the cost of 6 books. Each book cost rupees 10, so the cost of 6 books will be 6 into 10. And the cost of 7 books will be 7 into 10. So 60 plus 70 will give rupees 130. This is how Seema calculated. Now let us see how Meera calculated. Meera first took 6 plus 7 equals to 13. Meera is little smart. What she thought is, since both of them bought the same type of books and the cost is same, then why to multiply, why to find the cost separately? So first she added the number of books, that is 6 plus 7 is equals to 13. Then 13 she multiplied it with 10 to give us rupees 130. Now here you will get a doubt that where is the use of brackets here. So let us see how we can use the brackets here. Dear children, Meera first counted total number of books as the cost of all the books are same, that is 6 plus 7 into 10. But if we follow the Bodmer's rule, we should do the multiplication first. So 7 into 10 is 70 and 6 plus 70 equals to 76. But this is the wrong answer. How Meera got 130? Meera used the brackets to indicate that 6 plus 7 are added first. That is, she has taken that 6 plus 7 are in one pack. So, when we put a bracket, it is understood that first we have to calculate the numbers which are in the bracket. That is 6 plus 7 into 10. So first 6 plus 7 is to be added, then it is multiplied by 10. This is the use of brackets, that is first turn everything inside the brackets into a single number and do the operation outside. Hope you all understood the use of brackets. Dear children, today let us study Roman numerals. The ancient Romans used letters to write numbers. Even today, the building date on monuments are marked in Roman numerals. And we also use Roman numerals in clocks and watches. Let us study more about Roman numerals in this session. Dear children, let us study rules of writing the Roman numerals. There are 3 rules for writing the Roman numerals, that are first, rules of repetition, second, rules of addition, third one, rules of subtraction. Now let us study these rules one by one. Dear children, let us first study rules of repetition. First rule of repetition. When a symbol is repeated twice or thrice, its value is multiplied by 2 or 3 times respectively. Look at the following table. The number 1000 is represented by M, is represented by the letter M. Now 2 M's indicates that 1000 is multiplied by 2, which becomes 2000. Therefore, MM value is 2000. 3 M's indicates that 1000 is multiplied 3 times. That is 1000 into 3 gives 3000. Second rule. Symbol I, X and C and M can be repeated 3 times at a maximum. That means the symbols I, X, C and M cannot be repeated more than 3 times. Look at the following table. For 1, we write I. For number 2, we write 2 I's. For number 3, we will write 3 I's. For 4, we will not write 4 I's. Instead, we will write I, V, which means number I cannot be repeated more than 3 times. Look at the third rule. Symbol V, L and D are never repeated. Look at the following table. For number 10, that is for number Hindu Arabic number 10, the Roman numeral is written as X and not as VV because V cannot be repeated. Hope you all understood the rules of repetition. Dear children, now let us see rules of addition. If a symbol of smaller value is written to the right of a symbol of a higher value, we add the smaller value to the greater value. Look at the following table. For the Roman numeral xi, I is smaller than x. The value of x is 10 and the value of I is 1. So I is smaller than 10 and it is to the right of x. That means since 1 is smaller to 10 and it is to the right side of 10, 1 is added to 10. Therefore, the value of xi will be 10 plus 1, which is equals to 11. Second number. Second Roman numeral is Lx. The value of L is 50 and the value of x is 10. Since x is smaller than L and it is to the right side of L, x is added to L. So, L is 50 and x is 10. So, 50 plus 10 gives us 60. Third example, CII. The value of C is 100 and the value of I is 1. So, I and I becomes 2. So, C is 100 and I is 2. So, 100 plus 2 gives us 102. Fourth example, MXX. XS is the value of 20 and M is 1000. Since 20 is smaller than 1000 and it is to the right side of M, it is added. So 1000 plus 20 gives us 1020. Hope you all understood rules of addition. Dear children, now let us study rules of subtraction. If a symbol of smaller value is to the left of the symbol of higher value, we subtract smaller value from the higher value. Look at the following example. Here the Roman numeral is xc. The value of x is 10 and the value of c is 100. Since x is smaller to c and it is to the left side of c, we will subtract it. So xc equals to 100 minus 10, which is equals to 90. Second rule, the symbols V, L and D cannot be subtracted from any number. For example, for writing 95, we cannot write 100 minus 5 because 5 cannot be subtracted. That is, V cannot be subtracted. So, therefore, 95 is written as 90 plus 5, which is equals to XCV. Hope you all understood the second rule. Now, the third rule is I, X and C are used to subtract, and there are just 6 combinations for this. Let us see the following examples. IV equals to 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. IX equals to 10 minus 1 equals 9. XL equals 50 minus 10 equals 40. XC equals 100 minus 10, which is equals to 90. CD equals to 500 minus 100 equals to 400. CM equals to 1000 minus 100 equals to 900. If you observe in all these cases, the small values are returned to the left of higher values and they are subtracted. Hope you all understood the rules of subtraction. Dear children, let us see how to read and write larger Roman numerals. Look at the following examples. Let us see the example 1. What is MCMXXXXI equal to? To write the Hindu-Arabic numeral for this Roman numeral, first we will write the Hindu-Arabic numeral separately for each group. That is M plus CM plus XXX plus I. M stands for 1000, CM stands for 900, XXX is 30 and I is 1. So adding 1000 plus 900 plus 30 plus 1 gives us 1931. Therefore, MCMXXXI equals to 1931. Look at the second example. Write 3817 in Roman numeral. First, we will write the expanded notation of the given number. That is 3817 equals to 3000 plus 800 plus 10 plus 7. Now we will write Roman numeral for each separate notation. So 3000 is MMM, 800 is DCCC, 10 is X and 7 is VII. Therefore, adding all, we get the Roman numeral as MMMDCCCXVII, which is the Roman numeral for the Hindu-Arabic numeral 3817. Hope you all understood how to read and write larger Roman. There is no symbol to represent 0 in Roman numerals. Let us see the 7 numerals which are used to write the Hindu-Arabic numerals using their combinations. I stands for 1, V stands for 5, X stands for 10, L stands for 50, C stands for 100, D stands for 500 and M stands for 1000. If you see the below table, the numbers are written in Roman numeral from 1 to 10,000. 1, 2 and 3 is written by I, 2 I's and 3 I's respectively. 4 and 9 are written by V and X preceded by I. The numbers 5, 6 and 7 are written as V followed by 1 and 2 I's respectively, and 10 is written as X. Now the numbers from 20 to 90 follow the same pattern with the letters X, L and C. The numbers from 100 to 1000 follow the same pattern using the letters C, D and M. Now if you observe children, for 5000 the Roman numeral is 5, which is overline. This overline which is there on 5 indicates that 5 is multiplied by 1000, which gives 5000. For 6000 the overline is on 6. 6 overlined by a line means 6 is multiplied by 1000 to give 6000. Hope you all understood the Roman numerals and the rules for writing the Roman numerals. See uses of Roman numerals. Roman numerals are used for writing the names of monarchs and popes. Example, Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom, Pope Benedict XVI. Second, in chemistry, Roman numerals are often used to denote the groups of the periodic table. In mathematics, when a graph includes negative numbers, the quadrants are named using Roman numerals. Roman numerals are also used in clocks and watches, and the building dates of monuments are also written in Roman numerals. Hope you all. That's all for today, children. Hope all the things which we have studied today is clear to you all. Thank you, children. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.